All right. I hope everybody is having a great Trans Day of Visibility.
Yay!
Woo! My name is Rena. My pronouns are she, they. I've been working at the library for 5 years now, and this is my co-host.
I am Jenny. My pronouns are she, her. I've been working here for 9 years.
Yeah.
About the same amount of time as I've been out, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. And I guess on behalf of the AADL, welcome to Trans Day Visibility 2025. So we have a special guest. We have a pair of special guests with us today. We have Rachel Crandall-Crocker and Susan. So Rachel is the executive director, co-founder, and of Transgender Michigan, as well as a licensed psychotherapist specializing in transgender issues. She's also an international transgender activist and the founder and organizer of the International Transgender Day of Visibility. Woo! Ms. Crandall has consulted for corporations, government agencies, and universities, and she runs the Transgender Michigan Helpline, which is the first transgender helpline in the United States. Is that correct?
Yes, it was.
Very cool. And I believe Susan is the operations specialist here. The operations director, that's right. Responsible for the daily running of Transgender Michigan. She created the first program of Transgender Michigan, the Michigan Calendar. In addition to Transgender Michigan, she's the treasurer of Triangle Foundation and other nonprofits. How exciting.
She was.
Oh, okay. I was reading from the bio, so I'm
Okay.
assuming, okay. That might need to get updated.
And
So
they,
let's get-
they brought in a couple pamphlets from Transgender Michigan that there might still be a couple left over there if they haven't been grabbed yet.
That's right.
As well as our Ann Arbor District Library zine for Trans Day of Visibility. There's a few left over there.
Yeah, feel free to check out those zines. They're free to pick out. We've done a transgender zine for the visibility for the last 3 years, I want to say.
This is the fourth that we've done
Okay.
because we originally did it 2020 and then it didn't get put out until 2021.
Yes, because of the pandemic.
Yeah. So.
Unfortunate. But yeah, these are all zine entries that have been coming in from the community, and we will be hosting it again next year. So if you are interested in participating in the future, just let it. Pay.
Watch our website. We'll
Yes.
have a thing for artists to submit and authors or anyone who wants to submit a poem or song or something, lyrics.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So why don't we get started with the interview? Why don't you take the first question?
Yeah. Can I?
Yeah. Go for it.
Not off script, sorry. Okay, well, Transgender Michigan was a groundbreaking organization dating back to 1997. How was it like to get such an organization started back then in the 90s?
Well, I was fired when I transitioned. I was a psychotherapist in a hospital, and they went like, choo, and I was gone. I lost almost everything. I lost my marriage, I lost my house, I lost all my money. It was a real hard time. Oh, but by the way, I want to let you all know I have Tourette's. If ever I say anything that you don't understand, too bad. No. Then please let me know. After I lost almost everything, I thought, well, what do I do now? And I thought of the idea for a statewide organization. And I wanted to call it Transgender Michigan. Susan, who was only a friend of mine, we are now married. I called her up and I babbled on and on and on and on for around an hour. And after I was all done, I asked her one question: are you in? And she had the bad judgment to say yes. And that's exactly how we started. It was before the internet was real big. Why don't you tell them about the first thing we did?
Okay. After that phone call, I asked her, "What do you want to do first?" You could hear crickets chirping.
I said, I don't know.
So I stole an idea from another community, which was publishing a calendar of all the events that were happening in the state. So we published a calendar of all the events that were happening in the transgender community for 3 months. It filled half a page. This is before the internet too, so we sitting at the Xerox machine, printing it out and hand delivering them. So,
Well, when did y'all sort of start to lean into the internet stuff more then? Was that 2000s or?
yeah, probably. Okay. Yeah, now the calendar is so big that it's on the website.
And it's huge.
It takes pages just for one day, so.
And that really shows you how far we have come. Soon after that, I got the idea for the helpline. It really wasn't one. At least not that I was aware of. So I started it. And I am the one who answers it. And I am a licensed therapist. People called to come out. They didn't have anyone else to come out to in the whole world. They had no one. So all of a sudden I was there. And I heard some wonderful stories and people saying, I don't have anyone else to talk to. However, I think I'm trans. And we were really busy. All the people coming out. Then, all of a sudden, we had others on the helpline. Librarians. Churches. Police. Nurses. Corporation board of directors. everyone. We were the only one. And let me tell you, it was the best feeling in the whole world. That we could actually help so many people at one time. And that's how we started.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's. And you actually went a little bit into detail with the thing about the internet, and also building up over the last couple of over the course of the organization's lifetime. But something that I've been really excited to ask about is about your perspective on trans rights and advocacy, because you've been doing this for so long. What's changed in like the last 20 years since you started this process?
Well, originally, no one knew what transgender even meant. So we had to do a lot of education. Like, what is transgender all about?
And the terminology was still evolving, so.
And it's even evolving right now. Different people are using a lot of different terms. Can I ask if there's any questions about terminology?
You mean like questions that we have about, or from the audience?
Yeah.
I guess if do the audience have any questions? We're gonna do an audience talk back at the end, but
Okay.
also feel free to, if anybody has any questions about terminology, feel free to ask.
Oh, wow. Everyone is real smart?
This audience is up on things, yeah.
Here, let me wander off real quick.
Hi, thank you so much for doing this. I'm really excited to get to be here. A thing I've been thinking about a lot is that a big part of moving forward with terminology in queer spaces is taking terms that were previously used to hurt and reclaiming them. But like that's not always the direction things move. Are there terms that you used to like or identify with that aren't used anymore that you wish would come back?
Well, I personally identify with the term queer. Queer power! Woo! Yay! I like it. I am queer and I'm proud of it. Any other questions?
Okay.
Yeah. I guess like in addition to conversations around terminology, like what else do you feel like has changed pretty significantly in the last couple of years here?
Well, the internet radically changed it. So we do a lot of we have our website. We have to count all the things that we had to do manually. It is now on our website.
No longer have to hunch over the Xerox for hours.
Right. And one thing that we're really focusing on now is allies. It isn't enough if we're all by ourselves. If we're to have power, we need allies. And everyone in the audience, if you're not trans, I would love it if you were an ally. Everybody welcome. Oh,
Yeah.
a question? Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. I want you to feel exactly how you do. Okay? It's all right with me. And I respect you for telling me that. Thank you. How we all feel is up to us, right? I'm not selling anything here. I'm educating. If you want to be an ally, I invite you. Okay.
Well, related to talking about your works in the 90s and early 2000s, what has been your experience living as transgender both in the 90s and and compared to, say, the present day? Because you said you went through a lot of hardship when you came out. Unfortunately, that's a thing that has happened to a lot of trans folks.
Oh, I did. I had almost no money. I was living in Lansing, and I found the cheapest one-bedroom apartment, and I rented out the one bedroom. I slept on the couch. That was how I got by. It was that and eating a lot of ramen noodles.
I can definitely relate to that.
They're trendy now. However, all I remember about him is that you could get 24 packs for $1 at Meijer. That was 24 meals for $1. I ate a lot of them.
I'm gonna guess that was Maruchan.
Huh?
The brand, was it Maruchan?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I was too hungry to read it.
So yeah, I guess
Yeah. So compared to today, you know, you have your wonderful wife, and you don't have to eat ramen anymore. Hopefully, I mean you can if you want to, but
Sure.
so you're in a better place now today than you were when you first came out.
I am, yes. A much better place. And that's largely because of her.
And people are coming out much younger now. Back when we came out, you basically had to wait till you're financially settled before you could come out, or else you'd be eating ramen noodles the rest of your life. But now we've got kids coming out in elementary school.
We once met a 3-year-old who was in her father's arms, and her father would do anything for her. That was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I wish I had a picture of that. I wish I had a picture of that. It was wonderful.
You want to tell them what it was like coming out at 8, and when you were 8?
Oh, I tried to come out to my mom and dad. What do you think their reaction was?
Probably not great.
It was awful. It was, that's the dirtiest things that you can ever say. And I was only 8 years old. And it was really heavy for an 8-year-old to internalize that. And I went through my whole childhood believing I was the dirtiest thing in the world. It was really hard. So I went back in the closet for how long? 25 years. 25 years in the closet. That was no fun. And then in my 30s, I couldn't keep it in anymore. Anyone else in this room ever feel that?
I was 30 when I came out, so
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean.
Anyone else here? How about you, Sue?
How about me what?
What was it like for you coming out?
When I was little, this is actually back in the 50s, you were, the word transgender hadn't even been invented yet. I was living in small towns. Transgender was something that happened on another planet. But I knew there was something not quite right, but I kept it down. It didn't even come out to myself yet. But then in the 90s, I kind of exploded out.
Oh, I did. I was like, true. Everyone warned me, not so fast. And I said, okay.
I did the same thing.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, I had friends that were like, oh, you can take it easy, ease yourself into it, and I was just like, nope, now here's my new name, here's everything, and with mixed results. I had a lot of friends that were very accepting, but complete change of careers, and now I work here, so that's nice.
Yay. Yay. And in the last few years, more discrimination. So I actually feel like even though I founded it 16 years ago, I think that this is what it was for. It was for right now.
And
Yes, exactly. It's important that we stand up and that we say, I am trans and I am happy about it. And that's why I created it. I was so lonely and isolated when I came out. I didn't want anyone else to be so lonely and isolated.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that answer.
Sure.
So this is a little bit of a more technical question, so feel
Yeah.
free to answer this however you can. There's been this really striking, juxtaposition, you could say, between the way that the federal administration is handling trans rights and how the state of Michigan is handling trans rights and all of this stuff. And you also gave some of these answers already, but how do you feel that trans people and allies can make the biggest impact on our futures given the current political climate?
Contact your legislators. Please. Write them. Call them. Carrier pigeon. Message in a bottle. Just contact them and say, I'm on their side. And they're not going anywhere. And I'm going to help them. That's what we need right now.
Very succinct. Good answer.
Do you have any advice for trans people in our state, in Michigan? Perhaps advice you would have liked yourself when you came out?
Join support groups. Find a good therapist. By the way, I am one, if you're looking. And I do see clients online, and I do write letters. However, enough of that for now. What was the question?
Just advice that you wish that you would have had when you were first coming out.
Things do get better.
You are not alone.
You are not alone. And that's exactly why we're here right now. You are not alone out there. And all you virtual people. We are here, and we are here for you. That's what I wish I knew. Excuse me, I'm a little emotional.
That's totally
understandable.
understandable.
And I kind of want to cry. I remember what it was like. It was a real hopeless time for me. And I didn't want anyone else to feel that way. And that's exactly why I created everything. I created Visibility Day because up until then, the only Transgender Day was Remembrance Day. When we remember trans people who were killed just for being trans. Well, I wanted a day that we could celebrate being alive. I wanted a day that we could be proud. And I started the darn thing. I waited I wanted someone else to do it. I waited years, and no one else was. So in 2009, I said, I'm starting it right now. And from now on, there is going to be an International Transgender Day of Visibility. And that's exactly why I started it.
And it's all over now. I can log into Blue Sky and I see like 50 different people saying Happy Transgender Day of Visibility from all around the world. It's
Yeah, we've gotten contacts from Uganda, from Uzbekistan, from Kuwait. We see our name written in articles written in Vietnamese and just our name, and we hope it's a good article.
I don't know if it is. All I see is Rachel Crandall-Crocker. I hope it's a good thing.
This actually, I guess, like it dovetails nicely into our final question, which is, what do you feel like is next for you? Do you have any future projects for Transgender Michigan? Do you have additional things that you would like to plug? Anything exciting that's in the works?
A little over a year ago, we started a job fair. Boy, it was huge. We've had two so far. They are huge events. We also have a Pride in the Park.
in Ferndale, right?
Yeah,
August 23rd.
it's a Saturday. Everyone is invited, even you.
Details are on our website.
Everyone is invited.
Yeah. It seems really cool that I also, when I looked at the website, I saw the job fair listing. It is, a pretty well-known fact that trans people are often discriminated against when it comes to job searches. So I'm assuming that this process was made to combat this in some way.
It makes it a lot easier. It makes it a lot easier. People don't need to worry. Do they even want someone like me? The fact that employers are at the job fair is because they want us.
Yeah, and that must be a very good feeling to have to be able to walk around and know that there are people who support you and are willing to look at you as a person, or at the very least as an employee,
As an
right?
employee.
Right. Right. Any other questions? I'm up for them.
Well, we want to ask people in the. Oh, we got a question over there. It looks
Yeah,
like.
I'm gonna bring the mic over to you for the live stream.
So my question is, it's a two-part question. Why March 31st, and what did the first T-Dove actually look like? Like what happened that day, and then, how did it progress from there?
Okay. I wanted the day that was far enough away from Remembrance Day and not too close to Pride. I didn't want to step on anyone's toes. I didn't want to say, that's our day now. Pride and Remembrance Day are wonderful. I wanted a day away from them. people that first suggested, why don't you wait a day and why don't you make it on April Fool's Day? No! That was never an option. The first day, Visibility Day, almost nothing happened. Only a few around the country and a few abroad. However, all of a sudden, after that, it began to snowball and snowball. I contacted trans leaders all over the world, and I told them about it. And at first, they were hesitant. And after a few years, everyone joined. I cannot believe how huge it is now. Wow.
Then we got a lot of media attention last year where we tried to steal Easter.
Wait a minute. No one was trying to steal Easter. Visibility Day is always on March 31st.
And Easter floats.
And Easter floats. And it floated on our day. I did not mind. In fact, it got us a lot of PR. It gave us a lot of publicity. Actually, it helped us. It really did.
Objectively speaking, both days, have a lot of pastel pinks and blues, so I think that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's about a transition.
Just so that this doesn't get just so that I can say this, it is the most Midwestern thing that I've ever heard to have a holiday, to pick a date and a holiday. It's like, I don't want it to conflict with everything else. We're gonna be nice about this. So thank you for including that in part of this. Are there any other questions?
Oh.
Hi. Do you ever consider, or do you already endorse like movies that get it right, or books like I think of Middlesex?
Yes.
That
Yes, I like that one.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that would be one, because I was thinking that would advance your allies. That like Oprah book thing, she does. But you could say who represents me, us.
Yes. I love that book. And there are wonderful other ones. There is the movie The Danish Girl. It wasn't perfect, however, I liked it. There are a lot of them out there. Any other questions?
A lot better than they used to be, where we were depicted as serial killers. So,
I was going to say, there are now quite a few transgender actors that are, active, in the film industry. So.
Oh yeah, there is now. It's wonderful. It's wonderful, and I believe actors need roles. And I'm all for that. Not that I want to be an actor. I'm happy as me. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Being happy as you. No matter what you are.
Yeah. Do we have any other questions from the audience?
Want to hear a story about a bathroom?
Yes. Tell me about the bathroom.
Don't worry. It was when I was transitioning, okay? And I was at the Mall in Novi, 12 Oaks, and it was the busiest shopping day of the year. And I had to pee. And the line was huge, going down all the hallways. And I waited until I got in the bathroom, and there was a crowd in the bathroom, and I got into a stall, and all of a sudden, I heard a lot of running around going outside. I was like, something's happening, and I think it's because of me. And it was. I walked out of my stall, and they had evacuated the whole bathroom. There I was. And up there was a security guard, and everyone else was gone. The security guard asked me to follow her out of the bathroom. And she took me aside and said, you were making a lot of people uncomfortable in there. I said, I'm a transgender woman, and I even have female on my driver's license, which was a lie. It did not say female, it said male. I'm lucky.
Had female already at that time? Wow. Oh, okay.
I'm lucky. They did not call me on that. What do you think the security guard's reaction was? Anybody?
I don't know. I can't speculate.
What do you think? No. She actually said, and I'm not making it up, she actually said, oh, I understand. Thank you, ma'am.
You need to tell the other story too, though. Briarwood.
Oh, is there a Briarwood Mall story too?
And what?
In pink.
You tell it.
Okay, I don't tell it as well as you do, but okay. This was earlier than this. She was dressed all in pink,
All in pink everywhere.
prancing through Briarwood Mall.
I wasn't prancing.
Was this back when there were still the water fountains in there, or was this after they got rid of the water fountains in Briarwood Mall?
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, she needed to pee. And what do you do when you're not sure where to go in the mall? You go to the information desk. Hello, ma'am. I need to pee. Which restroom should I use? Duh.
Her reaction was, and she said, wait 1 minute. I know who to ask. And she asked the security guard. And the guard said, you have to use the bathroom corresponding with your parts. So I went prancing into a men's room. There was a man at the urinal at the time. He twisted around so much he wet himself and ran out. I could hear the commotion outside. Everyone saying, I don't know why she's in there. They said, maybe she's the cleaning lady. And I was offended. I looked good. So I walked out. I walked past the crowd. Running past me, going toward the bathroom, was the very same security guard who was told there was a woman in the men's room.
So what I'm getting is there was no winning in the malls, the mall restrooms in the 90s. I'm getting that no matter which bathroom you chose at a mall in the 90s, there was going to be a hubbub.
Yes.
Okay.
It was. It was. However, I lived. And they're wonderful stories now. They're wonderful stories. And I'm so happy I'm here to share them with you. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Any other questions?
Well, we can probably.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that we can pretty much wrap up about now then.
Yeah, if there's no more questions, thanks for coming, everyone, to AADL's Trans Day of Visibility talk with Rachel and Susan.
And I'll be here a few minutes, okay? If you want to ask me a question
Or get a selfie?
or a selfie, or if you just want to welcome me. Thank you very much, everyone.